Hi, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome. Welcome to Grow God's Light. You know, I had an experience this morning. 3 o'clock this morning, I had an experience. You know how you feel in the body, but you're not in the body? I couldn't really understand what was going on until this morning when I woke up. The Heavenly Father took me back in time and He showed me. I felt so good. I said, you know what? Let me crown up today. Let me bring the goddess out today. Let me come back to my true, authentic self. So I put on my goddess crown. I put on my goddess earrings because let me reflect out to the world today. Do whatever you want to do that makes you happy. Don't care what nobody said about it. Do you. I said, I'm going to put on the goddess jewelry. I'm going to wear my color of purity. And we're going to start the day off that way. Because that's how I feel. That's what I want to be. The last time I wore this was when I went out to do healings. I walked up to people and I had this on and I said to them, hi, I'm an earth angel. Can I pray with you today? Is there anything you need me to heal within you today? I'm also a healer. And they would say, sure. Or they would tell me somebody in their family that was sick and we would pray for them to heal. And that's the last time I had this on when I went out into the world. But this morning, ooh, Father, this morning when I went through this change, something happened. So I said, you know what? Let me celebrate my goddess today. Let me represent every goddess on this planet today. I'm going to put on my crown to start off the day. So here I am. Do you know how many times in the world we held back because we was afraid of what people would say? We was afraid of what people would do. We was afraid of what people would, how they would, when they would respond to what we did. You get to a time in life where you say to yourself, I'ma do me. So you know what? I'm going to wear the armor out today, everywhere I go. Hello. How are you? I'm an earth angel, healer. Can I pray with you? Is there anything you need me to heal within you today? Because see, I'm wearing the armor of the Heavenly Father, Universal Earthly Mother Nature. Is there anybody in your family that needs healing today? Because we armored up. We ready to go. And I have not received a no from nobody yet. Everybody can use prayer. Everybody can use healing. Everybody can use a rebirth. Everybody can use a resurrection. Everybody can use a rejuvenation and a restoration. So we're going to start this day off in my armor. I'm wearing my crown and I got on my color of purity. And we're going to go out in the world and heal today. Everybody that wants to be healed, we're going to do it. This morning, I was sleeping real good, y'all. Real good. Real good. The Heavenly Father is taking me through these ascension symptoms like crazy. I would get the cold symptoms, they would go away. Here they come again, they go away. Here they come again, they go away. Here they go again, they go away. To the point where I'm like, Heavenly Father, when is this going to be over? Well, you're in the new kingdom world. You're in the evolution. Your body got to acclimate now to the climate of the new kingdom. So you're going to keep having them until the completion is done. Now, I'm looking at other earth angel chosen ones. I'm looking at other people that's in the kingdom. And everybody is, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at all of us in the new kingdom. Acclimating to its climate, its atmosphere, its environment. Our bodies are all ascending in the new kingdom. Now, this morning, 3 o'clock, I was sleeping so good, so good. And I heard this voice say, Mom, the police are here. I'm saying to myself, the police are here. It was my daughter. She came in my room. I'm getting out the bed and I'm walking to the door. But my body, listen to me, brothers and sisters, my body felt like I never left the rest state. I get to the door. I said hi to the police. And my daughter's talking to him because I don't know, whatever she did with her phone, right? She has an iPhone. Whatever she did alerted them to the address as an emergency. So they came rushing. I didn't hear no police cars. I didn't hear no sirens. I didn't hear anything. So I'm standing at the door, and as they're talking, she's telling them what she did with her iPhone, and he understood what she was talking about, and they laughing about it, and he's asking if everybody's okay and if there's anybody else in the house. And I'm sitting there, listen to me. I'm standing there listening to them, right? But I felt like I was not completely there. I know this sounds crazy, but that's what I felt like. I felt like my body was still in the resting time zone. And when I got to the door, listen to me. Honest to the Heavenly Father, I don't remember even walking from my room to the front door. I know I'm in something, but I can't make sense of it. So I'm standing there and I'm listening to both of them talk about the phone. For brothers and sisters, as the kingdom parents are my witness, I did not feel like I was there with them. I feel like I entered into another time zone. It freaked me out because I'm like, wait a minute. I know I'm standing here. I know I'm not in the bedroom. I know I'm not laying in the bed. I know I'm here with them, listening to them. Even their conversation sounded distant. It sounded distant, but I was standing there. I'm like, something's not right. They were finished. They laughed about it. She closed the door. I turned around. I came back to my bed. I went right back to sleep. Do you know when you wake up, it's hard for you to go back to sleep? No. I came back in my room and I returned right back to the time zone where I was resting. It was like it happened, but it didn't happen. So, of course, when I got up this morning, I'm like, wait a minute, Heavenly Father, here I come, because I went through an experience last night that never happened to me before. I'm asking for clarification. I want to make sure that we okay. The Heavenly Father said, you was in 2 different time zones. What? You was in 2 different time zones, but you didn't leave neither one. You brought 2 time zones into one. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about, wait a minute, let me backtrack, because I need to go back to everything. I need to go back to when I was laying in the bed asleep. I need to go back to when she came in the room. I need to go back to when she said the police is here. I need to go back to, I don't even remember going to the door. But I do remember my daughter in front of me, if that makes sense. But I don't remember walking to the door. I'm standing there. It was crazy. We didn't have no lights on in the house, in the front room. I'm sitting there. My daughter's in front of me. The police is on the porch. They talking, right? But the conversation, I could hear it, I could feel it, but it was distant. I'm saying to myself, now, wait a minute. Why is this different? The Heavenly Father said the reason why it was different was because I was not all the way in the time zone. I just entered it from my rest state. Can you understand what I'm saying here today? We're in the new kingdom world. We're in the future. We're in the evolution. We're ascending. Y'all ain't listening to me here this morning. We're ascending, right? See, I think the Heavenly Father, right, said, I want you to be the leader in the new kingdom world, right? And I think the reason why he's not allowing people to really be in my energy is because he's showing me everything that we have in the new kingdom world, so that when the people in the new kingdom world goes through these different things in their life, like I went through today, they would know you're not crazy. They would know that's a gift. They would know I achieved it. They would know it's because you're ascending. And the higher we ascend in this new kingdom world, the more we will be pulled into the future. Now, listen, I was talking about Elon Musk and Mark in regards to the other planets. I was talking about the spiritual being, right, acclimating to different environments, different atmospheres. I said everything we need is already in the spiritual being. I said that. Everything we need is already in it. Hold on. Then the Heavenly Father shows me last night that we can enter into another time zone. Now, y'all know for a fact I'm going to master this, right? You know for a fact I need to go back in that again and master how I can be completely in 2 time zones as one whole time zone on this planet. Do you know what we can do with that? If we master the fact that we can be in two different time zones, right? In any environment, we step into the whole time zone. The whole time zone on this planet would be Earth. The Heavenly Father showed me that we can separate into two different time zones in one whole time zone called Earth. If we can do it here, y'all ain't listening to me this morning. If we can do it here, why can't we do it on any other planet? He showed me. Now, let me tell you, when I got up this morning, I felt the change in my body. I'm going to be honest with you, it took a little bit out of me. I woke up like I was in the last remnants of the two time zones. Again, I said, we are ascending on this planet. I said our bodies are becoming more acclimated to being in the new kingdom world. Yes, we have the ascension symptoms, but they're coming more rapidly. They're staying a little bit more longer. Instead of it being every 4 days, it could be every 3 days. Instead of it being every 3 days, it could be every 2 days. The Heavenly Father may take us through a week where we have Him every single day. But I want you to know something. New Kingdom World is doing something in you. Don't complain about it. It's doing something in you. It's elevating you. It's acclimating your spirit. That's why I felt the last little bit of remnants in the body. Because it's in a new time zone. It's not used to it. So the symptoms, we have to acclimate to it. I wish there was some way we caught it on camera. I wish there was some way we could have heard it when I stood there and their conversations sound off. I was standing there, they was close to me. I should have heard it loud, but it was a little off. I could tell I was not all the way in it. Can you imagine if we master that? We are able to exist in two time zones. In the earthly time zone. I said, I absolutely love the Kingdom parents. Let me just put it out there. And I'm so glad that they're putting me through all of these different things so that I can share it with you. I'm not trying to keep it no secret. I want you to experience it too. I want you to experience it too. I love them. Because we're the first generation. We're the first history. You know, all of you are here because you was chosen to experience it in the new kingdom world. They chose you to go through these different things in the new kingdom. Do you know this is where we all truly, authentically should be? Do you know this is where our power is? In the spirit. The Heavenly Father said you experienced this before, but you didn't recognize it. So He showed it to me again. I was sleeping. In my sleep, He took me into the future. When I was in the future, He showed me something. He made sure He separated the time zones because I sat up, right? I don't remember what it is, but it was a warning for somebody. And he had me go on Facebook and put it on there. At the time, I didn't realize he took me to 2 different time zones. He took me into the rest state. He took me into the future. He brought it all in on the earth. So it was really 3 time zones, if you want to be technical about it. I recognize, right, that every time the Heavenly Father has a emergency message, right? I mean a critical one. It has to get to the person or the place ASAP. So what he does is, when I'm sleeping, he will break into the timely zone of earth. He will break into my rest state to bring me the message from the future. To the point where he breaks through the timeline of earth. He breaks through the timeline of my rest state, and he wakes me up. And whatever that emergency message is, that person needs to know right away. He's like, I need you to do it now. We can't do it when you wake up a few hours later. I need you to do it now. Write it now. Get it to him now. And whoever that person is in the future, where they was going to have something happen to them, he allows the message to find them through the time before it happens in their life. I didn't recognize this before, but he just said to me, I wanted to show you again that yes, you can enter into 2 different time zones no matter where you are, right? On whatever planet. That's the third. Can you imagine when we all ascend to that point in our spirit? We can say on Mars, I need you to take me to the time zone of coldness. I need you to take me to the time zone of heat. Woo, Father. I need you to take me to the time zone of ice. The Heavenly Father is showing me that he is bringing his evolution on his planet. This is the first planet the body's going through the assumption symptoms because it's acclimating. You recognize in these assumption symptoms that our nose does not run. We get congestion and we cough, but our nose never run. We already mastered it. The body already acclimated to the different time zones and our assumption symptoms because our nose don't run. So that part of the assumption symptoms is completed. We mastered it. We acclimated it. Now we're working on the now we're working on the congestion. Now we're working on the coughing. But we're getting there. I never thought, oh, Heavenly Father, y'all don't understand what I'm saying here today. I never thought I would experience this. I never thought in my existence over 19 years ago, when I took this stand in my life, that I would ever experience this. I understand completely here today why the Heavenly Father said, you sure you want to do that? You sure you're willing to transition to death? To leave your human existence now? Once you leave it, you can't come back to it. You sure you want to leave the outside world and completely enter into mine, the spiritual being? You sure? Because the weapons are going to form against you. They are. They're recognizing that you leave in the matrix, so they're going to throw every single arrow at you. They're going to throw every earthly sin at you. They're going to throw every earthly way where they can try to pull you back into that codependence of that dark matrix. You sure? You want to come with me? All the way with me? You sure you want to step into your true authentic self and leave this dark side? Because they're going to come for you. They're coming. You're going to get everything. Hate, mockery, pain, hurt, despair. You're going to get it all. They coming. They going to shoot. Here come the arrow. Coming from the north, south, east, and west. Here come the witchery and trickery. Here come the negativity. Here come the toxicity. They coming. So now let me ask you, are you sure? Are you absolutely sure this is what you want to do? This is the change you want to take in your life? You sure? Yes. Okay. All right. All right. I want to let you know the weapons will form, but they will never touch you. I want to let you know I will never leave you nor forsake you, because on this mission that you're doing, you're going to need me big time. Because everything they have, they're going to throw it at you one after the other. Because they're not going to make it easy for you to break free from the dark matrix. I just want to let you know that, daughter. Goddess daughter. They're coming. And they're going to throw those arrows. Boop, boop, boop. Hit them there. Hit them there. Hit them there. Hit them there. Listen. Try the childhood wounds. Listen. Try the staying home abandonment. Listen. Try the conditioned love. Listen. Try the poverty. Through everything. Because we cannot let her escape us. And then the gifts just start coming. One after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. Wow, what is this? I can do what? Hit what? Huh? How? Yeah. Really, Heavenly Father. And before I knew I could communicate with the dead, He let Him show up in my life. I'm seeing dead people and I'm asking my children, you see that person? No, Mom. Where? There's nobody there. Then I started hearing them communicate with me. I said, wait a minute now, and if I can hear them, then they should be able to hear me, right? So I started talking back to them. And when I started talking back to them, it was like I got ambushed. It came from every way. We're not in your existence, but we can talk to you. We can talk to you from the kingdom, the spiritual realm. We can even communicate with you from hell. So they all bombarded me. I want to get my story out. I want to get my story out. I want to get my story out. I want to tell them about me. Tell my children I miss them. Tell them I'm here. I can see them, but I can't hear them, but I'm here. Then I had to put everybody in check. Not everybody's coming through at the same time. Heavenly Father, I'm surrendering this to you. You want them to talk to me, then you let them through. But everybody can't bombard me. Because see, when we have energies coming from everywhere, it could be from the kingdom, it could be from, it's a time zone difference, right? I'm in a different time zone than all of these people who have passed on. I'm on the earthly time zone. When we have them in the kingdom, that's a different time zone, brothers and sisters. When we have them in the spiritual realm, that's a different time zone. When I have them downstairs, that's a different time zone. So when they communicate with me, they're pulling on my energy. Now, if we're in a different time zone, that's a harsh pull, right? Because I'm not where they are. So when they all came and started bombarding me, I'm like, oh no, this not going to work. I'll be knocked flat on my back trying to communicate with all of them. So I had to surrender them to the Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, I will put you in charge of who you allow to come through to me. I don't want the control of that one because they will knock me flat on my back. I won't have no energy. So that's why I only communicate with them if the Heavenly Father let them through, if He needs them to communicate with someone. If their ancestors is trying to get an emergency message to their loved ones, the Heavenly Father lets it through. But now, did you hear what I just said? The Heavenly Father just showed me you was always in a second time zone. You just didn't recognize it. He had to keep showing me that I was in it, but I didn't recognize it. He just showed me that when they try to talk to me from the kingdom, I'm in the earthly time zone, right? And I'm in the kingdom time zone. That's two different time zones. When they try to talk to me from the spiritual realm, I'm on the earthly time zone. They're in another time zone. When they communicate with me from downstairs, I'm in another time zone, in the earthly time zone. So he was already showing me when he put the dead people in front of me. The first one I saw was a football player who was mad, breathing very harshly. He was angry. He wanted to cross over from this world, but he could not because of what happened to him. He wanted it settled. He wanted justice for it before he left this realm. He was stuck in between worlds. I didn't even realize that I was in the two time zones when I was talking to him. When he seen me and I seen him, I didn't even recognize it. I just thought, wait a minute, I'm seeing people. What's going on? But he was angry because he wanted justice in his life before he left this planet and entered into the new kingdom. You see how I'm talking? How my words is tripping over each other? It's because we're getting acclimated from the earth into the new kingdom, right? And the time zone of the future is crashing in on both of them. So our words, everybody I was hearing you talk about on your platforms, that our words is getting tripped up. That's why. We're entering into a time zone that is completely different from where we all stand right now. So when the words are getting tripped up, you're working through the earthly time zone. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. You're working in the time zone of earth, right? You're working in the time zone of the new kingdom. That's a whole new acclimation for your body. And you're working in a new time zone of the future. You're already there. You just didn't recognize it because you're on the earth, right? You're not of it, but you're on it. And the Heavenly Father is showing you, right, that you're here, but you're not here. You're in the kingdom and you're in the future. And our minds are acclimating for it. We are going up. And this is why I said, people who are not ready, you're in trouble. Because you have no other way but to catch up. There is no other outlet. You must catch up because we can no longer stay here, brothers and sisters. That's over. We're in the future now. And in the future, our bodies are going to keep acclimating through ascension symptoms to take us higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. We are the walking universe. We do not have a limitation or restriction. There is a lot of space in the universe to ascend. Listen, we ain't even get to the galaxies yet. We just now entering the universe. I now understand why I'm a prophet. The Heavenly Father gave me the name Prophet One Kind. I understand now. I completely understand now why the Kingdom Parents gave me that name. Because when I'm talking, not everybody's going to get this. They not. To them, this sounds like static, fragmented vibration, fragmented frequency, because they're not where they're supposed to be. But the people on the divine frequency, the people in the new kingdom, this is all making sense to them. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. That's why my body felt like that. Yes. That's why I was a little dizzy. Yes. That's why my equilibrium was off. Yes. That's why my balance was off. Yes. You're in two different time zones, brothers and sisters. Now you know why. Now you understand why the ascension symptoms is working your nerves. You keep getting them. You're like, I can't get rid of this scratchy throat for nothing in the world. Here's your medicine. Drink this. This is the medicine for your spirit. This is the medicine that is helping you with the ascension symptoms right here. Let me tell you something. I wanted a Coke so bad. Yesterday, I started getting, I started seeing the little rolls start coming on me. I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. The Cokes is bringing on the rolls. I gotta cut out the Coke, y'all. Oh man. I gotta cut out the Pepsis. No. The dairy is causing the oh my, oh no, Father. I gotta cut out my coffee. I gotta cut out the Colombian with the French vanilla creamer. No. I went to get the Coke yesterday. After the Heavenly Father says, listen, get rid of it. It's a distraction of noise. It's a break in your alignment. I'm showing you it on your body. It's not of your highest good. Okay, Heavenly Father, when we talk about a Coke and a Pepsi, I can't eat a soul without a Coke or a Pepsi, Father. A bag of chips, too. Instead, I gotta get rid of it. I gotta cut out the coffee, Father, the Colombian with the French vanilla creamer. glazed donut. I gotta let it go. If you want to to stop. And let me tell you something, when I drink it, when I eat it, I just start coughing like I can't catch my wind. He's like, you gotta let it go. You gotta get rid of it. Can't have it no more. Father, but the Cokes and the Pepsis, really? So yesterday I called myself cheating, right? I said to my son, let's go to Wawa. Can you treat me to a Coke? My daughter said, didn't we just have this discussion? Didn't you say you had to leave the Cokes and the Pepsis alone? I'm like, yes, I did. But today I want to cheat. I want a Coke. My son, he goes into Wawa to get me a Coke. I have to have the Coke with the ice in it. I'm not buying no bottle. I need the ice in it. I need it nice and cold. Because again, I became addicted to the little burn when it goes down the throat, right? He goes in the store to get the Coke. And I see him coming out with the empty cup in his hand. And I heard the father say, no. My son came out and he said, Mom, do you still want it? Because there's no ice left in the machine. And then father said, no. He knew it was no ice in the machine before I even arrived at Wawa. He knew I wouldn't drink it if it didn't have ice in it. So he took his own little time zone, right? He said, lady, goddess, is going to come to this Wawa for a Coke. When we had this discussion already that we can't have the Coke or the Pepsis no more. It's doing something to the temple of worship. It is causing fragmented energy. It is breaking in the alignment. It is causing her imbalance. It is causing her to be unstable. It must go. If we got to remove the ice, okay. Let's do that too. So he knew before I was even going to drive into the Wawa, before I even said to my children, I'm going to cheat today. Yes, I am going to get me a Coke. He said, all right, go ahead. I'm going to let you drive on over to the Wawa, park in the parking spot. Ask your son, can he treat you to a Coke? And I'm going to let your son get out the car. I'm going to let him go into Wawa to get you a Coke. And he's going to find out there's no ice. And then he's going to come back outside and say to you, Mom, there's no ice. Do you still want it? And you're going to hear me say in the conscious mind, no. I drove away from the Wawa cracking up because he showed me all the steps he allowed me to go through. And he still ain't let me have it. This is where we are, brothers and sisters. Whether we like it or not, in the universal alignment, right? You cannot eat certain foods. You cannot drink certain things because it's going to interrupt with your ascension symptoms. This is your medicine for your elevations, your ascensions, right here. This is it. This whole thing, listen to me, that we're going through New Kingdom World. This whole thing is our Garden of Eden. How about that? We are all coming back into the Garden of Eden. This is where we were supposed to be living when we were born on this planet. The Garden of Eden. We're bringing everything back into our garden again. We're stepping fully into our power. We're acclimating the garden. What is not needed is a weed. And we are kicking out the weeds, brothers and sisters. We're kicking out the weeds. In other words, the only thing we're allowed to keep in our garden is the greenery. The greenery that keeps on expanding, elevating, ascending within the spirit. We no longer catering to the earth, the human existence. Even as I'm sitting here talking to you right now in the earthly time zone, what I'm speaking to you is of the future. I can feel myself in the time zone of the future. It is giving me a time slot of this information from the future to explain to you where we are heading, where we are sitting, where we are standing. It is here. And your bodies are acclimating to the change. That is already another time zone. Every time you have ascension symptoms, you are ascending into another higher time zone. I said everything we need for the other planets is already within us. And as I'm sitting here talking to you about the future, I can feel the time zone right now in me. I'm here on the earth, but I'm in the future, but I'm in the new kingdom, all at the same time. The Heavenly Father is showing me, yes, that is exactly what's going on with you. So when you're talking from the future to the new kingdom world, the people that are not here yet, they are saying right now, what is she talking about? I don't understand what she means. It is because they did not reach the frequency yet. To them, it sounds like static. To them, it sounds like fragmented energy. Because they're still living here. They're not comprehending it in the spirit. They're comprehending it in the body, the human existence. This is not us. This is of us, but it is not us. The people in the New Kingdom world just understood what I said. This is the earth, right? We're on this planet, right? Listen to me, brothers and sisters. This is the earth. Right here, this represents everybody in the world. This right here represents that you are on the earth. This is your earthly suit, right? It's your earthly suit. The true you, the powerful you, is the spirit. We're not ascending to higher levels in the universe with this. Do you see it? Do you see the assumption? symptoms? No, you don't, right? You experience it because you have no choice but to experience it on this planet. Because where you're ascending to is another planet. Where you're getting acclimated to is another planet. So, of course, this planet Earth, you're limited and restricted in it. And the only way for this to handle the ascension, is to reflect it on your Earth. You reflect it in the Earth. I'm moving up to another planet. You are already moving in another time zone. We couldn't recognize it, right? Because of the noise on the earth, the distractions on the earth. But as you sit here and listen to me, it makes you think. Those of you who have rendezvous, right? You had memories, you had been in a place, and you like, wait, why do I feel like I've been here before? Because you have. When you meet somebody, or you can even hear their voice in a store somewhere, you say to yourself, wait a minute, why do I recognize that voice? Because you were in a time zone with that person. They do not look the same, brothers and sisters. They're in another suit, not the one you remember them in. None of us on this planet right now was in the same suit. Your previous lifetime, you were in another suit. And this is why the Heavenly Father and the universal earthly Mother Nature wants us all to know here today, there is no races. I am not African American. You are not Caucasian. You are not Spanish. We are multicolored spiritual beings. That's who we are. Man came and made all this nonsense up to keep you trapped right here on this earth. They wanted you limited and restricted right here on this earth. They did not want you to know that you have access. Are you listening to me, brothers and sisters? They did not want you to know that you carry enough power to live beyond this planet. Back in this body of earth. I would have said to myself, don't go out in the world and wear that and walk up to people and say, hi, I'm an earth angel, chosen one, goddess. I'm the Messiah on this planet. I would like to heal you today. That's what the earth would have told me. Don't do that because you're going to look like the biggest fool on this planet. And they're going to look at you like you're crazy. So I didn't speak from here. I spoke from the spirit when I went out. And when I wore this, I received a response. You look very pretty today. It wasn't me looking pretty. It was the light of the kingdom parents reflecting out. So when I said what I said to them in the spirit, they accepted it. There was no room for a difference. They felt the energy of the kingdom parents, not me. They felt the energy of them. So immediately when they feel the energy of them, when they feel the healing of them, they're trusting me. Because I went out in the world wearing this in the spirit not the body. That is the type of power you have, brothers and sisters, when you speak from the spirit, when you live from the inside out. That is the type of power you have. Do you know where we all could have been if we was born and we were taught to live from the inside out? If we took the spiritual being, a multicolored spiritual being, did you hear me? Multicolored. There is no restriction in that statement, right? That is your creation. The Heavenly Father even gave you the chakras as a confirmation of who you are, the power you hold, and what you can do in this world. He lined it up to make sure you can get in universal alignment with the universe. Because why? You're the walking universe. He said, I'm going to put in you where there is no restrictions and no limitations. I'm going to put in you where there is no noise or distractions. Just come back home. Live my life. Do you know when we came here, we were supposed to learn lessons and tests, but guess what? We were supposed to learn lessons and tests from the Spirit. Do you know if we lived in the Spirit, nobody would have been on drugs. Nobody would have drank alcohol. Nobody would participate in toxicity. Nobody would have had negativity. They was all distractions and noise to pull you away from who you truly are on this planet. Alcohol and drugs will not allow you to be in universal alignment. Alcohol and drugs, right, will not allow you to have any key inside of you unlocked. I said numerous times, maybe millions, since I've been preaching online. I said millions of times, you're in the world, but you're not of it. Drugs and alcohol is in the world, but it's not of you. It is a noise and distraction. It is a blockage, a stoppage. It is a restriction, a limitation to keep you locked right here on earth. No growth, no expansion, no extension, no ascension. They lock in your power in you. The dark matrix is keeping you asleep in your own power. And you distributing it to them every time you do drugs and alcohol, every time you participate in earthly sins, every time you participate in toxicity, negativity, you are gifting them. To them, it's a gift. You're gifting them your power, your energy. You're transitioning to them your life force. They're taking your years of power, whoop, off of you. Whoop. Every time you do it, whoop, whoop. Here you go. Whoop. How many times, brothers and sisters, have you seen people die in accidents from alcohol or drugs? Was they supposed to die at that young age? Absolutely not. Again, the siphoning of their power, their energy, their life force. Give me the years. Whoop, 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 whoop. You are powerful. I have said in every sermon I did on this planet, you are here to learn the biggest test of your life. I said it in every sermon. You will choose to either go up or you will choose to either go down. But you will make the choice. If you choose to go up, you will learn lessons and you will pass every test. If you choose to go down, you shall and will not. You will stay right here. You will be limited and restricted to this earth. New Kingdom world. We ain't limited or restricted to nothing. We chose up. No matter what the earth brought in our life, we chose up. We went through hell. Hell tried to get us down there. I'm going to be honest to you. Just like me, you said, I'm making a change in my life to go up. And you did. And when you made that change, when I tell you they came after you, they took things from you, they put you in poverty, they caused you so much pain, hurt, despair, anxiety, stress, panic, worry. They wanted you to break so that you can fall right back into codependence on the system. They wanted you stuck, unlimited, restricted, full of noise and distractions right here. They said, you will not leave this planet. We want you stuck right here. And you said, watch this. Whoop. You left the earth and you went into the spirit. And when you went into the spirit, you recognized the foods I used to eat, the foods I used to drink, I can't do it no more. Your body's acclimating, right, with ascension symptoms. So the food you eat will either increase them or decrease them. You're recognizing when you eat certain foods that you cannot eat in universal alignment, it's affecting your ascension symptoms. So you're like, I can't eat that no more. I thought I was going to cheat yesterday with a Coke. And Father said, absolutely not. Your Coke and Pepsi days are over. Your coffee and cream days are over. They will block me from you. Well, we know, since we're on the earth and we got all this space out here, the temptation is going to come, right? The temptation said, get a Coke, it's okay. Just one, just cheat with one. Now, we all know when you're tempted to do something, you do it. We don't just do it one time, right? The Heavenly Father said, we're not even going to let you do it one time. You're not even going to do it one time. I ain't letting it happen. You came too far. Now that you're understanding that I can put you on 1 time zone, 2 time zones, 3 time zones, and you're still existing on the earth. That's where we are. So, New Kingdom World, you're going to start feeling this, and it's going to make your body feel a little oozy. I'm going to be honest with you, it took something out of me, but it's because your body is acclimating to it. Different time zones. You are now officially in the Garden of Eden. I was expecting of the Heavenly Father showing me what we received after we walked through that portal. I'm like, I know something's coming, I just don't know what. Not realizing that we already was inside of it. We just didn't recognize it because we're still in the earthly time zone. So we couldn't see it. So sometimes, I'm here to tell you, sometimes you're going to feel a little bit off in vibration, in your equilibrium. You're not sick. Don't go running to the doctor and let them give you some medication that's going to knock you out of alignment. You're going to feel a little off, a little bit dizzy. Sometimes you're going to go to stand up and your balance is going to be off. Just sit back down. All right? Let the time zones come back together in you before you stand back up, and you'll be fine. This is your medicine right here. Water. This is what you want to drink a lot of right now. This is what you want to drink for the rest of your life if you want to get to the next planet. Right here. We are the soil, brothers and sisters. Here's the anointings. Imagine that. Imagine we are the soil for the new kingdom. And every seed that we're going to grow and expand on this planet is already inside the spirit. Here's the anointings. We are officially Heavenly Father. Ooh, Heavenly Father. I'm so grateful. We are officially the Garden of Eden. They stole it from us when we came here. The Heavenly Father says they won't be able to steal this one. That's why I'm laughing. He said they can't get this one because I built this on the inside of you, not the outside. Ooh, Heavenly Father. I'm just so grateful that I'm in this time zone with all of you. I get to experience it with all of you. And the more we get into the future, I'm expecting what else? What else do they have for us lined up? Now we're able to enter into 2 to 3 time zones, kingdom parents. What else? What else do you have for us? We now know this is the ordainment of our Garden of Eden. Heavenly Father, universal earthly mother nature, do you know she was nurturing us and nourishing us the whole entire time? She was already watering the garden before we even reached the frequency, the vibration. Because she is of the earth, she was already preparing us, Heavenly Father. She was already preparing us. That is why, brothers and sisters, she is nurturing and nourishing us. That is why certain things in your diet must go. That is why certain things in your diet is affecting you, because you are elevating higher and higher and higher. In other words, your universe is already up there, expanding, extending, ascending. And that is why your body is going through all these changes, because we're moving from the earth into the universe. Can you imagine? This is why I said to Mark, oh, this is irrelevant. In the future, we won't even have these things. Your conscious mind is going to be so high. You're going to be able to be in different time zones. You're going to be able to think something and it's going to come right in front of you. That's the type of power we hold. We ain't going to need no computers, laptops, cell phones. No, no, no. We are already in a new spiritual language. And that is called our conscious minds. I said in the future, the people who left this planet, all the people who passed on, right? They're getting reincarnated to come back here again. When they come back on this planet, they're coming in through the new kingdom world, not the old earth, the new kingdom world they're coming in. They're already going to be able to communicate with us consciously. You are getting everything you need to be able to do it too. That is why you're going through all this stuff in your Garden of Eden. What needs to stay in is elevating. What needs to be kicked out, the weeds, is leaving. Whatever it is, whatever weed it is in your life, is getting pulled out. That's where we are. Woo, Heavenly Father. Your universal earthly mother nature is acclimating your body, nurturing and nourishing it through the changes, through the ascension symptoms, through your ascensions, your elevations. She is here. She is already within you. She's already making the changes. All this has to be balanced out so that when we enter another time zone, we don't get that dizzy feeling. We don't get that off balance feeling. Our equilibrium is not going to be knocked off. That's what we're working on now. That's what we're in. Now, you're going to experience this because you have walked through the portal. You're going to realize everything we go through will be higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. You're here on this planet. You're in this world, but you're not of it. Everything you're going through is expanding in the universe already. You're already there. You're just in another time zone called Earth, but you're already in the universe. So the universe is taking you into different time zones to get you acclimated. Why? To put you in preparation for the next planet you're going to. That's why. You see, we're supposed to live for hundreds of years just on one planet. Some people are supposed to live 200 years just on one planet before they move to the next. Did you hear me say anything about death, brothers and sisters? Limited, restricted, full of noise and distractions. When we leave here, the only thing that's going is the spirit. You cannot live on the next planet with this suit. This is created for Earth only. We are transitioning. The evolution is different here today. The Heavenly Father said, there is no restrictions, there is no limitations when it comes to the creation of my life. Now, when we get acclimated, y'all ain't listening to me here today, brothers and sisters. Now that I'm acclimating you in your earthly suit, we are able to take your earthly suit. Y'all ain't listening to me. Ooh, Heavenly Father. I wish I could explain to you what I'm feeling. When you talk about the overflow, I'm beyond the overflow. I'm just like, pinch me, Heavenly Father. Am I really in this existence with you? Going through the experiences that I never ever went through in 26,059 years. But now I'm going through it. Now I can sit here today and say, you know what? 26,059 years was worth me getting to this evolution. It was worth it. Because now I'm here and I can see it, hear it, feel it. It was worth it. Heavenly Father said, who do you think you are to limit me and restrict me when I created you? The Heavenly Father said, let's do this. Let's do this. Since we got the scientists out there and the geniuses out there and the nerds out there and the smart ones out there, let's do this. Let's just remove you from the outside. Let's do that. Because they still trying to understand how you know what you know. They still trying to understand how you predicted something 2 weeks ago and it came true this week. They still trying to understand it. They still trying to decode it. Let me tell you, scientists, why you're not getting it. It ain't about your degrees. It ain't about your college years. It's not about what you make per hour. They got you stuck right here. As long as you're stuck and limited, restricted, and you fill yourself with noise and you keep having distractions in your life, you will never, ever in your existence of human being be able to decode me. Never. Why? Because you're right here. You stuck. That's why you can't do it. That's why you can't understand it. You can't comprehend it. You can't put it in words because you're right here where they want you to be. Now, see, if you made that transition, if you went through that death, right? If you made a choice and took a stand up in your life and said, okay, I have lived my fullest, truest human existence. I want to make a change in my life to completely be with you, Heavenly Father, Universal Earthly Mother Nature. I want to make this change. I know it's more. This is the conversation I had over 19 years ago. I know it's more to your life. I done went to school for nursing. I know everything about the human body. Okay, I'm done. I said I know enough. I know everything about the body. There's nothing else I can do or know about the body. I already accomplished it. Now I want to know about you. This is where you are, scientists. This is why you can't decode me. You can't figure it out, CIA agents. You can't figure me out. You're wondering, how is she breaking cases and we can't even do it? How is she solving cold cases and we can't even solve them? How is she seeing in the future to warn people of things that could take them off this planet if we can't go in the future to see things that will take them off this planet? This is where they structured you, taught you. This is where they reinforced it in you. This is where they conditioned you, brainwashed you, programmed you to think right here. That's why CIA agents, scientists, analysts behind the scenes trying to figure me out. This is where they put you. This is where they said you should stay. This is where they said this is all you need to learn is the basics. Earth, right here. That's why your machines can't figure me out. The vibration I walk in, live in, breathe in is not even on this planet. It's outside of this planet. Why? Because I'm at my true, authentic self. That's why. Your machinery don't have a frequency that would ever reach or master divine frequency. Never. I don't care what you do, how you do it. You will never reach this frequency, this vibration, this elevation. Your machinery is not equipped. Your machinery is not intelligent enough. Your machinery can't even comprehend the frequency because it is non existent on this planet. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Because I like to teach people the truth. It is the exact way the Heavenly Father wanted it to be. Why? Because man is greedy for money. Man would take it, exploit it, get paid off of it. So the Heavenly Father said, no. The Heavenly Father said, we put it on the inside. The people who do the work, right? The people who is obedient, the people who is loyal, the people that respect me, never turn their back on me. I'm going to lock them in on a divine frequency. So it does not matter how many analysts you get. It don't matter how many scientists you get. It don't matter how many machineries you create and what you do, how you do it, when you do it, how you do it, where you do it, even in your underground laboratories that you hide from the world. It don't matter how many brains you get, how many body parts you get, how many clones you try to produce. You will never master it. Never. You locked yourself right here. You accepted what they said in your life. This is your reality, scientist. We're only going to teach you up to this point, scientists. Restricted, limited, full of noise and distractions. They said, Doctor, we said this is your reality. You're not going no further than this. We're only going to teach you about what you need to know to restrict you, limit you, keep you full of noise and distractions. They placed you to be stuck on this planet. They knew how much you could expand. Listen to me, doctors. They knew how much you could expand if you took your expertise into the spirit. There would not be no medications, doctors. So they said, we're going to lock you right here. We do not want you to know your true, authentic self spiritually. We do not want you to know you can take your expertise, doctors, and expand it, ascend it, extend it from your chakras in the world. See, if you did that, doctors, they would lose millions of dollars. So they said, everybody, even me as a nurse, they said, everybody that goes to our schools, we have structured them to condition you, reinforcing you, brainwash you, and program you. This is it. This is all for you. You see, doctors, if you was to expand in the spirit, then you would recognize everything we need for the body so that we will never, ever get sick for the rest of our life is in the greenery. The kingdom parents created it already. It's out in the greenery, doctors. Everything that's needed for the spirit, everything that's needed for the body. A chemical is not a necessity of it. It's all in here. Do you see the animals, doctors, taking chemicals? No. They have a spiritual being inside of them. It's called a multicolored. Multicolored means intelligence. Multicolored means creativity. Let me tell you something, doctors. The birds, the animals, don't go to a doctor, right? And their multicolored spiritual being. They have the intelligence to make a preparation before the baby comes, right? They have an intelligence to tell them where it's safe to have the baby, right? In the multicolored spiritual being, doctors, inside of them. The Heavenly Father and Universal Earthly Mother of Nature tells them where to go get the nutrients in the greenery to make sure that their babies are healthy, doctor. They don't go see a doctor. They don't go sleep in a hospital. If he did it for them, doctors, if they have everything in them that they need, doctors, what you see on the outside of them is the earth. What you can't see on the inside of them is their multicolored spiritual being, doctors. Within it is their intelligence. Within it is a warning. There's a storm coming. Prepare. There's a storm coming. You must leave this area. There's a storm coming. Build for you and your family to protect you. There's a storm coming, and their intelligence, their multicolored spiritual being, doctors, it tells them, go grab this branch, get this leaf, go grab this amount of soil, and prepare your armor for protection. That's who we are. Multicolored spiritual beings. The same power they have in them. They're in universal alignment. How would they hear the voices of the Heavenly Father and the universal earthly mother of nature if they were not in universal alignment? I'm just saying. How would they know when to go in a different direction, brothers and sisters, if they were not in the universal alignment? How would they be warned that a storm is coming, brothers and sisters, if they were not in universal alignment? If he did it for the trees, if he did it for the sun, if he did it for the moon, if he did it for the rain to maintain your life, and he did it for them to maintain theirs, why would you let the earth restrict you? You see them restricted, the animals. The only time they're locked up is when man goes to make them locked up. But when they live in the world, they live free. Do you see them in the shopping stores? No, right? They receive everything they need in the greenery, the Garden of Eden. This is where the kingdom parents is taking all of you in the new kingdom world. You're in the Garden of Eden. The animals in the greenery, the Garden of Eden. The multicolored spiritual beings within them, right? The intelligence tells them, don't eat that. Is not the same thing happening to us? The kingdom parents are saying, don't eat that. That's going to knock you out of universal alignment with us. You see these birds flying around just as free? Do they look like they scared of something? They know they in universal alignment. They know if I land here, ain't nothing going to happen to me. Do you see the geese walking across the street when you go driving down the street? They in universal alignment. They said, I wish you would hit me or my children. Now I'm going to get them across the street safely, and you're going to wait until we get across the street safely. And I'm going to take my time about it. And don't you move until we get across the street safely. And what do? They bring you into their time zone. Don't you move. You couldn't see it, you couldn't feel it, you couldn't hear it because of the noise. because of the distraction. You just looking at them like, oh, well, the geese is crossing the street. Okay. No, brothers and sisters. They brought you into their time zone. What they really were saying was, this is our time zone, and you're coming in it. Now wait until we cross the street. And don't you move until we're safe. They already in universal alignment. The Heavenly Father already told their multicolored spiritual being and intelligence, they're not going to hit you. They ain't going to touch you. Because I'm going to bring them in your time zone and let them know you better sit right there. When we was going down the street, the cars was backed up. I mean, backed up. We all trying to figure out what's going on. One guy got out of his car on the other side of the street. The people behind him started beeping their horns loud because they couldn't see what was going on. I said, wait, let me get out. I want to see what's going on. The cars are backed up on both sides. The man got out of his car. None of us could see it until he picked it up. He picked up a turtle. He was so freaking big. I never seen one in my location this big. He picked up the turtle, right? And when everybody saw it, we couldn't believe it. He was trying to cross the street. But when he seen the vehicles, he became frightened. He put his head back inside his body. He said, I gotta protect myself because nobody sees me, so I'm just gonna sit right here. And his multicolored spiritual being, the kingdom parent said, put your head in and stay right there. Somebody is going to help you cross the road. He knew it. Everybody on each side of the road where it was backed up was brought into his time zone. Everybody that was there, the Heavenly Father was removing danger from them, an accident. Nobody on each side of the road, because of the noise and distractions, recognized that. But the Heavenly Father says, I'm bringing everybody into this time zone. You're going to sit still right now, long enough for us to get the turtle out the street and put him on the other side of the road. And then he said to me, I just saved all these people from an accident, and everybody else on the road had no idea. This is the power that we live in now. Stop being stuck right here, limited, restricted, full of noise and distractions. When something happened in your life, don't automatically go to a restriction, a limitation. You get a flat tire, stop fighting about it. Stop getting mad over it. It happened. You can't do nothing about it. Accept it. And know that the Heavenly Father saved your life. That's why you got a flat tire. Stop going here. Oh, I'm going to be late for work. Oh, the tow truck will take this time to get here. Oh, man, I got to pay for the tire. I really don't have the money for the tire, but I got to pay for the tire because I need the car. And not once did you think about the Heavenly Father saved your life. We are moving from this We're going to the inside of the spirit. That's our future. And it's here now. So stop wasting your time, your power, your energy, and your life force on arguments, retaliations, negativity, toxicity, stress, worry, anxiety, panic. It's keeping you stuck right here. Right here. I already said you need to catch up because the Heavenly Father has already made the transition, the shift is already in progress, and everybody on this planet can feel it. Everybody on this planet know something's different. And you're right, it is. And you need to catch up to it. And detach from this because it's not benefiting you at all. It's just keeping you stuck. And the longer you stuck, the harder it's going to be for you to catch up. You didn't get to the point where you're unlocking the keys, the gifts in you to even be able to acclimate to this new kingdom, the universe, the time slots. The Heavenly Father is not going to let you skip steps to get there. You must do the work to get there. There is no shortcuts to get there. Everything's on the inside of you. It is up to you. You have free will. But if I was you, I would get with it right away. Because we're not going back. We're only moving up. That's it. That's all. The evolution is already in progress. We are already in the future. We are already living in 1, 2, 3 time zones. And you can't get to that by stealing, killing, or destroying. You're immediately detached from the world, the kingdom. So doctors, scientists, there is no code for you to crack. There is no frequency for you to tap into. You must do the work. And you must tap in. Nobody can teach you it. Nobody can write about it. You won't understand it. It is you who have to come up to the frequency. It is you who have to detach from the things in your life that is not for the frequency. There is nobody that can say, well, here's the steps to do it. This is how you do it. When you do it, no, you have to do the work. You have to do the work. You're the only one that can detach yourself from this limitation and restriction. You're the only one that can remove the noise and distractions out of your life. You. Just like we in New Kingdom World took a stand in our life and said we want more. We want to go back home to our true authentic selves. We no longer want to live in your earth. We want to go back to our originality, power, energy, and life force. We no longer want to live on your earth where you are restricting us and limiting us, and you're pulling All this different news in your devices to fill us with noise and distractions, we rebuke it all. That is not of the kingdom, parents. So, doctors and scientists, you want to expand in your consciousness, you must do the work. You will never find it here. We are above here now. We have exhausted all our resources here now. We went up from here. Are you willing to do that? Is everybody willing to do that? Are you going to stay here? Because we're here. You see how far we are from that? Do you see how far we are from this? This is you. This is us. See how far you are from us? That's the work you have to do. That's why this is going to cause a problem. Because the more people that get to the frequency, the more problems you're going to have with these devices. Because the frequency is going to interrupt where you're stuck. Once everybody goes on this frequency strong, once everybody starts tapping into 1, 2, 3 time zones, you're going to have problems. We are above the matrix now. Free out. You're not going to have any choice but to acclimate to us. No choice. I'm already seeing it sometimes when I'm on here, I see the notices come up. It's disconnecting. It's the frequency. Our frequency is too high for these devices. And the more people that tap into it, the more problems you're going to have out of this. And I'm just sitting here, and the frequency is messing with this one. I told you guys when I went in the store, I'd go down the street sometimes, the lights are blinking. I used to say to myself, what? The little lights that they have in the aisles on their products would start blinking when I would stand next to her. Why the heck is the lights blinking? Why is the street light blinking? It's because of the frequency. It's higher than the frequency in the lights. It's higher than the frequency on these devices. It's higher than the frequency on those little lights in the store in the aisles. Everybody in the New Kingdom world, I want you, when you go in the store, you see those little lights sitting there. They're going to start blinking because your frequency is beyond it. It cannot read it. So it's fragmenting in your energy. You're knocking it off balance because it's below your vibration, no frequency. And the more people that do it, initiate it, stands fully in it, the more problems you're going to have in your devices, your lights, everything. This is why there is no other outlet but the new evolution. That's it. It's going to get so high. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to get so high, the vibration. It's already happening with me. I can tell the people that's on the old earth just by their voice. When I listen to them, it sounds like static. So much to the point where it's hurting my ears. I can't listen to them. It is because they're not on my frequency. So the frequency is saying, you can't listen to that. It is an imbalance, unstable atmosphere for you and your frequency. This is why, New Kingdom World, you're going through that. When you listen to people, you're saying to yourself, why is that voice irritating me? That is why. They're still on the old earth. You're on the new kingdom earth. Your vibration's high. Anything else is down below. It's fragmenting your energy. So it's going to mess with your ears to the point where you got to leave it immediately. You're not going to be able to sit in it. You're going to want to detach immediately, ASAP, because you're going to feel the difference. I got to get away from this. That's what you're coming into. And it's going to freak you out because you're like, wait, I used to talk to this person. Now, when I talk to them, I can't stand the voice. It's not the voice, it's the frequency. It's not matching yours. So you can't stand in it. You're going to recognize, you're going to talk to people where you can stay. Those are the ones that's already in the new kingdom world. That's how you can tell the difference. Some of you will feel it in your energy when you're around a person. I can't stay here no more with this person. It's not the person, it's the frequency. You're too high. You can't be there with them. So you're going to want to get away from it because it's causing fragments in your energy, imbalance in your energy. You're unstable in this energy. You're going to leave so that you can rebalance yourself again. That's where we are. We're in the future. Congratulations. So you're going to experience these things, New Kingdom World. You're going to be in different time zones. Make sure you're drinking. Excuse me. This is your medicine. Make sure you're drinking. Feed the soil. All the seeds is in you. Let's go. The Heavenly Father and the universal earthly mother of nature say, listen, you can't eat that no more. They're going to show you in your body some type of way that you can't eat it no more. You can't drink it no more. We're moving back to the Garden of Eden, right? The Garden of Eden is your universe. Welcome home. Welcome home. Don't be afraid. You're going through changes to prepare you for the next planet. Enjoy the ride. I am. Enjoy it. You deserve it. You went through hell to get here. This is your reward. Enjoy it. Walk in it. Be proud in it. appreciated, being expectant of what else is to come. Because I am. I'm an expectant to see what else is coming. As we are all standing in the future right now, be expectant. All right, brothers and sisters, Kingdom Trials Worldwide, we are home in the Garden of Eden. Let's go. I want to thank everybody for joining me on Grow God's Light here today. For me, have a very blessed and fulfilled day in Yahweh and be free. I am your Messiah, divine authority. Have a blessed day.